Well, hey there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I apologize for vanishing off of YouTube there for almost a week and a half. I was out of the country, which was awesome. I went to Ireland and France, and then caught the new fun variant of COVID on the airplane ride back home. And so, bleh. But now I'm back. So thank you for your patience, and thank you always so much for supporting my YouTube channel. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is called You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. This funny coming-of-age movie is now available exclusively on Netflix. It's rated PG-13 and is an hour and 41 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is an A-. I actually really got a kick out of it and watched it twice because I thought it was so cute. So let me give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and did not like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, and some recommendations for other similar movies that you might also really enjoy. Ready? Okay, so in a nutshell, the story is about Stacy and Lydia, who are BFFs. They have always dreamed about having epic bat mitzvahs, but things start to fall apart when they both have a crush on the same boy in middle school, which threatens their friendship and their important rite of passage into young womanhood. The movie was directed by Sammy Cohen and beautifully written by Allison Peck and Fiona Rosenblum. As I said, I really enjoyed this. And so here's the list of things that I really liked about the movie. First of all, Sunny Sandler is fantastic. Just wow. She is a natural and was absolutely perfect in this role, and definitely has an incredibly bright future in film if that's what she wants to do. I'm so impressed and a raving fan right now. And in case you didn't know, Sunny Sandler is, yes, the daughter of Adam Sandler. He definitely shows his love for his Jewish roots in this movie, and I admire that. We learn a lot about the Jewish culture and traditions in this movie, as it takes a heartfelt look at some of the modern practices and commitment to traditions at the same time. Now, I'm Christian and had the great pleasure of finally getting to go to Israel just a few months ago, back in April and May, a goal that has been on my bucket list forever, and a trip that kept getting canceled over and over again. Anyway, I respect the Jewish people so much, and especially how devoted they are to their religion. Years ago, Adam Sandler created the animated film to teach more children about Hanukkah. You remember the film called Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights? I thought that was really cute too. It's an animation. This is live action. You can also hear him sing the Hanukkah song on Amazon and YouTube, which is something that he sang and made famous on Saturday Night Live. I love that Adam Sandler has stepped aside in a supporting role in order to allow his family to shine. And so also in this film are Adam Sandler's wife, Jackie, the oldest daughter, named Sadie, and they all just do a fantastic job. It's so wonderful to see the talented and lovely Idina Menzel, even though we don't get to hear her sing in this movie. How can you invite her to be in a film and not let her sing? I mean, she could have sang the closing credits. She could have sang a song at the bat mitzvah. You definitely could have worked it in, Adam, I'm just saying. She and Adam Sandler actually played a married couple again once before in the movie Uncut Gems in 2019. So the word mitzvah is used a lot in the film, and it means service. But Sunny's character learns the true meaning is, quote, she says, helping others, being selfless, taking the bad and making it good, end quote, which is really true. And I love that element of the story. The rabbi is hilarious, although definitely not the Orthodox rabbi you're probably thinking of. She was played joyously by Sarah Sherman, and she looked like she was having a ball. I just laughed out loud. The scenes where she's on her treadmill having this serious conversation, and every time it blinks to a different shot, she's in a different position and doing different stuff on this treadmill. Anyway, I just thought it was hilarious. Young Mateo is completely adorable and played beautiful by Dean Scott Vasquez. I first saw him in a movie called 9 Bullets in 2022, starring at the side of Lena Headey. He was a true standout in that movie too. And you can see my review both on YouTube and on my written review, moviereviewmom.com. His character in this movie is the perfect illustration of how blind we can be, especially when younger, of the truly kind people that surround us, because we're so focused on the people who are popular and cool, right? His role in this story also tells the tale of how no guy is worth losing a friendship over your BFF. The movie's message to prioritize true friendship over romance is very, very clear. We get to hear some lovely original music by S.D. Haim. Adam Sandler has definitely learned that audiences love comedic bits that serve as a running thread throughout the entire movie, and we get to see quite a bit of that. Every character is clearly defined in this story, even those with brief screen time. I just loved it. The fresh take of this coming of age story is raw honesty about becoming a young woman today. There are some cute Easter eggs that give a nod to previous Adam Sandler movies, like when a boy yells out, "Goldfarb rules," to remind us when some characters chanted, "Oh, Doyle rules," in the goofy 1995 movie, Billy Madison. The movie was filmed in Toronto, Canada, and features Beth Tzedek Synagogue there. Hopefully I pronounced that name correctly, and I apologize if I didn't. I'm not Jewish. I don't speak Hebrew. What are you gonna do? So, wow, these middle schoolers in this film sure were invited to a ton of parties. I only knew one Jewish boy in high school, and I don't think he had a bar mitzvah. Well, he might have, but it was probably close family. He's actually a singer in stage productions today. It's just such a fun, fabulous guy. Anyway, back then, I don't think people had big productions like is demonstrated in this movie and in other movies that I've seen. The values and diversity of Gen Z are portrayed extremely well, both the good ones and the bad ones. And I admit, I was a bit horrified at how self-centered and entitled many of these kids were in the film. But I'm happy to announce that a lot of touching character growth is shown in the story among many of the characters. So yay. Quite a few experience a touch of humility as they become self-aware and honest with themselves. And ultimately, everyone in the cast appeared to be having a complete blast making this movie, and that always makes it fun for audiences. Now, with all of that praise, there were just a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. For example, the trailer is not good. It makes it seem like the entire movie is going to be yelling and fighting and drama, and it is so much better than how the trailer portrays it. I mean, that was one little scene that we see featured in the trailer where there is yelling and fighting and that kind of stuff. The plot ultimately is extremely predictable, still fun to go along with the ride. Now, knowing that this was an Adam Sandler movie, I had to emotionally brace myself for some crude humor and offensive content that I assumed would be in this, right? He's known for just toilet bottom of the barrel humor. However, the good news is it's not as bad as many of his other films, but it did have some content that I personally felt went a little bit too far, that we didn't have to go into all of that kind of stuff. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. There are some crude references to bodily fluids, functions, and sounds. A mother gives alcohol to teens trying to be the cool mom. Adults get drunk, admittedly. Examples of both good and bad parenting are displayed. And it always bugs me when religious people take God's name in vain. They've read the 10 Commandments, right? I mean, it's on the top 10 list. That always bugs me. And so there's some of that as well. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well are best friends, competition, jealousy, forgiveness, faith and religion, of course, family, community, Judaism specifically, service to others, the power of social media, self-centeredness, and adulthood. So whenever I watch movies, I'm always taking notes, and especially I try to write down funny lines and interesting lines. I have them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share some of them with you right now. And I didn't write down, obviously, all of the funny lines because some things are more of a situational comedy type of a thing, but here are just a few. For example, one thing that we hear several times in the movie is when Sonny Sandler's character, whose name is Stacy, says, "Are you there, God? It's Stacy Friedman." Or she might say, "Hi, God, Stacy Friedman here." And that's how she begins praying. And I thought that that was cute. Ronnie, who's played by her older sister in real life, Sadie Sandler, said, "That is some amazing parenting right there." And she says that as she sees her parents physically carrying and dragging their daughter into the car because she doesn't want to go somewhere. And then there's a conversation early on in the movie where Stacy says, "I'll kill you, Ronnie." And then her sister says, "Not if I stab you first," to see that they have this love-hate relationship, as many sisters do, because you also see some very supportive, loving moments between those two. And then Danny Friedman, who's played by Adam Sandler, says, as he's looking at the rabbi dancing with the cantor, he says, "That should be against every religion right there." And it was just kind of cute. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for some other coming of age movies that are sort of similar in that they're snarky and insightful at the same time. So the first one I want to recommend is called Lady Bird. It stars the fantastic Saoirse Ronan. She's an Irish actress who can do lots of different accents, but she's just such a talented actress, and I really liked her in this role. But be forewarned, there's a little bit of similar crudeness and you know, a little bit of edgy humor in this one. Another one is a very sweet, family-friendly movie called World's Best. Now, it features a young Indian young man as he has a coming of age moment when his father dies, and he has to figure out who he is and who he is without his dad. And anyway, it's very sweet. By the way, I've done reviews of both of these movies, all of these movies, both of my written review on moviereviewmom.com and here on YouTube. So then the last one is called Gringa. And it's one that I just recently reviewed, maybe, I don't know, 3 months ago, 4? I don't know, time flies. Anyway, recently it came out this year. So did World's Best, by the way. Anyway, I really liked that one as well. Okay, I hope that my movie reviews are helpful and they give you an idea of where to spend your time and money when it comes to deciding what you want to watch, right? So thank you so much for supporting me. When you get a minute, run over to Instagram. You can find me there as Movie Review Mom, but you can also find me as Trina Boice, which is my author name. That's my real name, Boice. Hopefully I'll see you there, and join our Facebook group called Movie Review Mom. Bye for now.